What's the word? What's the word with y'all? I'm finna. First of all, oh shit! Hold on, let me get it. You feel me? I got some motherfucking tacos. I'm finna eat, and I want to watch this murder interrogation video. I'll be watching these interrogation videos, all fucking day, all night. Like I go to sleep watching these bitches. I don't know. I fuck with them so tough. So I'm gonna start watching these bitches on the stream. So y'all, I hope y'all got some food. Hungry ass nigga. If not, you're gonna hate watching me right now, cause I'm finna make this shit look good as hell, and it will be good. Shout out Monem. They the only niggas out here where I live at that got good fucking tacos. Really, damn near that got good food in general. I'm in one of the weakest fucking food spots right now. Take me back to the city. Oh, bro, take me back to Chicago. No good food out here for real. But we finna watch this little murder shit. Let's see who the fuck did it. I always know who did it before this shit happened. Try to see if you can guess who did it before me. You probably won't be able to. Let's get into this shit. Let me see. Make sure it's good.
And 5. A uniformed man.
Hold on. So that's not supposed to be playing through there. You know me, I'm gonna have a couple problems when I start this bitch out, but once it's running, it's running. Alright.
Man visits the hospital.
No, that's still not right. There we go.
Claiming to be a firefighter suffering from severe back pain in the city of Placerville, California, in the year 2005. A uniformed man visits the hospital claiming to be a firefighter suffering from severe back pain as a result of an injury he received while on duty. Lifting a 120-pound ladder off the back of a truck, he was given a hospital gown.
I told y'all niggas I watched a lot of these bitches. I seen this one. I seen this one. I'm not gonna lie. Lester said something only a kid would
Ever
say.
wondered why you should get an LLC with a third party
niggas do
when
be
you can do it all by
chatting,
yourself?
bro. They
Yeah,
be
of
telling
course.
on themselves.
Those companies want.
A car
You get in that room, you shut the fuck up.
a stone's throw away from where you work. Does that bother you? Doesn't bother you at all.
Lime is the key.
Our car is found Porsche, a stone's throw away from where you work. That doesn't bother you? Does it make you nervous that we may think you did something? No. It should.
This is Lester Jones. Lester was convicted of first-degree sexual assault and the kidnapping of his wife in 1999. At the time of this interview, in 2007, he was the prime suspect in the disappearance of Paige Bergfeld.
Where'd you go Sunday? What'd you do Sunday? What?
We didn't do anything. We just
What'd you tell your wife you did Sunday last?
See, I already up it. She has it all. Why the fuck she calling him Les? She don't know that nigga like that, but they be getting over cool with their ass. Try to get their ass to tell on themselves. That Les. They call me by my full government when I'm.
What?
I have investigators out talking to your wife. Okay.
Okay.
What'd you do Sunday evening?
Went to bed.
Incorrect. Okay. Les, I need to be able to tell this figure when these little kids were honest. Would you not agree they need some closure?
I would, yes.
Okay. They need some closure.
Are you saying that I killed her? Is that what you're telling me?
Yes.
Damn.
I did not.
She ain't even
You
try
have
to
nothing to show that.
fuck around.
I haven't.
Man, what do you mean I ain't got nothing to show you that I didn't kill her? You don't got nothing to show me you ain't kill her either.
Because I'm waiting to hear how you're going to show that to me.
I can't show you. I didn't do it.
Waiting to hear a comment?
But you showed me that I did it. How about that?
Why'd you leave the house Sunday night?
To shut the shop lights off.
How long were you gone?
Minimal time to come down and go right back.
Before assuming that Lester Jones is the wrongdoer in this situation, it may help to know how he ended up here in the first place.
Hell yeah.
Paige Bergfeld was an active member in the community of Grand Junction, Colorado, running several businesses and contributing to multiple clubs. Paige was also
out
a
Paige.
single mother of 3, Jess, Taft, and Trigger. After her
Yeah.
and her
Who?
husband, Rob Dixon, got a divorce in 2003. Jess, Taft, and Trigger. After her and her husband, Rob Dixon, got a
Trigger? You named the little white boy Trigger? You're not expecting him to...
divorce in 2006. On June 28, 2007, babysitter/friend Carol Linderholm and Paige's children were all becoming increasingly worried about their mother's whereabouts. This kind of behavior was extremely out of character for Paige, so that evening they left multiple voicemails expressing their distress.
Hi, Mom. It's me. I was just wondering when you get home. Love you. Bye.
Hey, this is Carol. What's going on? I hope you're all right.
Over the next couple of days, Paige remained MIA, and more voicemails were sent with no response.
Hey, Mom, you are really, really mean. You said you would be that.
Damn. That's so sad.
Give me a call on my cell phone.
That's sad as
Hey,
fuck.
it's Carol. Where the heck are you?
After making zero contact with Paige from Thursday evening to Saturday morning, a family friend takes Jess to the Mesa County Sheriff's Office to file a missing persons report. That afternoon, Paige was deemed officially missing by the police. Search efforts began immediately.
It's just really tough, for people to give of themselves to that degree.
We're looking for clues to find that person, but there's somebody maybe who's watching this who knows where she is.
While the search party continued, investigators also explored the potential that somebody was involved in Paige's disappearance. They started with the most obvious candidates for prime suspects, her 2 ex-husbands. Paige Bergfeld and Ron Biegler were high school sweethearts. They got married shortly after high school, but the marriage didn't last long. Paige was dead set on becoming a midwife, so she was moving from her hometown in Colorado to attend the University of Florida in Gainesville. However, Ron wouldn't allow this to come between them. He followed her to Gainesville, and the couple lived together in an apartment near the campus. This may have been a poor decision, as Paige's grades began to suffer. Inevitably, Paige decided to drop out, and the couple moved back to Colorado. Paige was a highly optimistic person. Though she strayed from her path to becoming a midwife, she was excited to build a new life with Ron. Naturally, Paige was looking forward to taking the next big step after marriage, starting a family. Unfortunately, this is where the two began to differ.
My grandma was going to
As
say
a
divorce.
family-oriented person,
That's not
Paige had
cool.
a strong desire for children and a tightly knit family. In contrast, Ron consistently rejected that notion, fearing the burden of responsibilities. This was a huge deal-breaker for Paige, and the disparity led to a tumultuous relationship. They ultimately divorced in 1997. Ron and Paige had actually
glad she
stayed
knew
in
what she
touch over
wanted.
the years, even through her second marriage. And it turns out that he was with her just hours before she disappeared. The two met in the middle, having a picnic at a park in Eagle, Colorado. Ron claimed that it was a normal lunch date, and the two parted after only a few hours. Cell phone towers confirmed that they were calling one another as they pulled into their respective cities. The last thing that Paige told Ron is that she was stuck in traffic due to a car accident ahead, which was confirmed by the police. However, this accident occurred 5 miles past her house. Ron also became worried when she didn't let him know that she had got home safe.
Hi, where are you? Call me if you get a chance. I'm getting worried about you.
And was actually the first one to make a 911 call to report her missing.
It's fucked up, cause I'm so bad with texting motherfuckers back. A motherfucker might not hear from me for a month. Nobody not finna call. Motherfucker 911. Be like, nah, he missing. They're gonna think I'm in my life. But shorty ass must be hitting motherfuckers up all the time, cause as soon as she got to her front door, she ain't called motherfuckers. They was calling the police and shit. Shit, that's how it's supposed to be. I think, especially if you're a woman, it need to be like that. Anything can happen. You need to be tripping.
Dispatch, this is Clint.
Yes, I need to talk about a missing person emergency.
Okay. And who is missing?
Her name is Paige Dixon.
How old is Paige?
She's 33.
Okay.
And she hasn't been home all night Thursday night, all day yesterday, and today. Something is definitely wrong. She either got abducted or...
Yeah, that nigga sound guilty. I wouldn't even call. They gonna think it's folks said. Shit, I would have thought it was folks said. These niggas are not paying me. Skip it, please.
Moving on to her second marriage, not a year had passed since her divorce with Ron, and Paige had met a new man, Rob Dixon. Rob's parents had made a fortune off of early cell phone technology investments. This allowed Rob to live an extravagant lifestyle.
Drink water, bitch ass.
He owned 6 sports cars, one of which was a bright yellow Ferrari, which was an odd sight to see in a small town like Grand Junction. He was able to shower Paige with expensive gifts, including a $12,000 necklace. When it was time to propose, he presented her with an $85,000 engagement ring. The couple then ran off to none other than Las Vegas to get married. The newlyweds then bought a spacious home back in Grand Junction. It sat on a hill overlooking the breathtaking natural surroundings. Unlike her previous marriage, they started a family immediately. They first had their daughter.
She didn't even really like this nigga, but he got money. He want to have kids.
Paige
She really
was
liked
living
the other
the
nigga.
picture-perfect life that
Why
she
does she
had
still
always
go to
wanted.
picnics with
However,
that nigga
the
for?
luxurious lifestyle that Rob had set up for them proved to be unsustainable. These financial stresses led to Rob becoming more and more reactive within their marriage. In October of 2004, Paige called 911.
911, where's your emergency?
My husband and I were in a fight. He wanted the children to stay with him, and he said that I would come home and find them all murdered.
What's your name, ma'am?
Oh, shit.
This call was made following an intense fight between the two. Police quickly diffused the situation, and no charges were filed. But a year later, in October of 2005, Paige made another 911 call claiming that Rob had hit her while she was holding one of their sons. He was arrested on misdemeanor charges of child abuse and third-degree assault, but ended up pleading guilty to a lesser charge of misdemeanor harassment and was ordered to attend anger management
That's some
programs.
good white people
After
judge
8 years of a rocky
shit.
marriage, Paige and Rob finally divorced. Rob declared bankruptcy and moved to Philadelphia, while Paige took
Damn.
custody of the kids
How the
and
fuck he
stayed at
had
the
decent ass money
multi-million dollar
before they
home
got
in
together,
Grand
and as soon as
Junction.
they got
While it
together,
would
he
seem
lost
that
that
Paige had
shit.
come out of the marriage on the winning side, Rob's bankruptcy meant
did he
that
fuck?
she now had to manage several financial liabilities on her own. Struggling to pay her bills, as well as a $6,000 mortgage, she began running multiple businesses. She provided dance lessons to children, became a top salesman for a kitchen supplies company, and was even involved with Mom's Club, a support group for stay-at-home mothers. On top of everything, she still spent plenty of quality time with her children. Her
Her
main
boss was
tool
fucking
was a
up, but she
notebook
did her
containing
shit.
everything that she needed to keep track of, including upcoming events, soccer and dentist appointments, parent and teacher
Ooh, I almost
meetings,
spilled my
and
green
so
sauce.
on. In the face of adversity, Paige took control of her life and was overcoming the financial strain of her previous marriage. However, Rob wanted back in the picture, and in June of 2007, Paige became paranoid about Rob after he had called her saying that he missed the kids and was going to move back to Colorado. Friends say that around this time, just a week before her disappearance, she was certain that something grave was going to happen to her family. Fast forward to the investigation. Police jumped on Rob as the next suspect, especially considering his past charges of domestic violence. But his alibi turned out to be solid, as police confirmed that he was in Philadelphia, about 2,000 miles away the day that
Fine
Paige
as hell.
vanished. He was
Perfect.
even one of the people
Nigga,
leaving
don't even be
desperate
close.
voicemails to her.
Paige, if you get this, please call somebody. Please come home. Please tell us that you're all right. Everybody's worried about you. Everybody's looking for you. Please, Paige, let us know that you're okay. Please call someone.
They put Rob on the back burner for now, but he wasn't off their radar completely, as they knew about Paige's paranoia surrounding him during the week before she disappeared. If Rob was somehow
week is
involved,
crazy,
his
though.
motive would have been clear: to regain custody of his children. It wasn't
what, he
until
hired
Sunday
somebody or
night,
something?
July 1st, that a huge breakthrough was made.
911, this is Jessie. Where's your emergency?
Hi, I'm at the corner of 23 and Logos, and there is a car on fire in the parking lot at the building right here.
There's a car on fire.
Yeah.
Do you see flames or smoke?
Yeah, there's a lot of
Bitch, what do you mean?
A 911 call was placed, reporting a red Ford Focus burning in a parking lot.
Do you
It was
see
Paige's
flames or
vehicle,
smoke? Bitch, I
only
just
2
said it's a
miles
fire.
away
What
from
else
her
would I
home.
see?
Firefighters arrived on the scene and extinguished the flaming car. Investigators were able to salvage only a few clues from the wreck. First, considering Paige's height, the driver's seat of the vehicle seemed to be pulled back further than expected. They confirmed this by having a woman the same height as Paige get into the driver's seat. This suggested that someone taller than her was the last person to operate the vehicle. Second, Paige's notebook was miraculously found unscathed. It seemed as if the melted dashboard had fallen over it, protecting it from the surrounding flames. Taking a look inside, the day planner was filled with her mundane yet chaotic schedule. But upon further inspection, they noticed the dates surrounding her disappearance. The 26th to the 29th had been ripped out. It was becoming clear that this was more than just a missing persons case.
We were hopeful when we found the car things would fall into place, and maybe they will. This isn't a situation where Paige left on her own volition. You know, it occurred to me I hadn't cried in a long time. I've learned how to do that.
Oh.
These discoveries only fueled the efforts to find Paige, and an even bigger search ensued.
Nigga did this asshole.
And everything like that. And I have, some children.
Shorty
of my
was
own.
overloved
I know
by
how it could be
everybody.
Like if one of my children was gone, and I just wanted to try to help if I could.
Just south of Grand Junction, along Highway 50, more clues were being found. Volunteers discovered more than 100 items that belonged to Paige laid out over a 15-mile stretch. Some of the items found included her children's medical cards, her wallet, blank checks for her business account, and many more items that she was unlikely to discard without a good reason. Detectives had two theories. The first, someone had abducted Paige and scattered her belongings to misdirect the investigation. The second, Paige herself had managed to throw her belongings out of the vehicle to leave a trail. However, this trail of evidence ultimately ended in a riverbank, which they continued to search with no result. Among the trail of evidence, there was an advertisement for a company called Models Inc. This specific item began to ring bells when investigators took a closer look at Paige's phone records. It became apparent that among her several upstanding businesses, she was also operating a more provocative
freaky
one.
shit.
Hello, you've reached Models Inc., Colorado's premier gentleman's service. Colorado's premier gentleman's service.
Advertising through sites such as Craigslist and NaughtyNightlife.com, Paige had been living a double life as an escort, offering massages and other services under the nickname of Carrie. Upon learning this information, they had also discovered that Paige's nighttime endeavors played a big factor in her failed marriages. While she was with Ron Beagler, she started working part-time at a strip club against his wishes. This played a role in their decision to get a divorce. That same strip club is where she met
It's two sides to every story.
Following her marriages, it seemed that she had
niggas shouldn't be
reverted
beating
back
her,
to
though.
this lucrative line of work in order to stabilize her financial situation. Her friend, Carol Linderholm, the friend babysitting her kids when she disappeared, was the only person who knew about this business of hers. It turns out several potential clients had contacted her the night of her disappearance, looking to meet up with Carrie.
Yeah, this Motel 6, room 237. I was just checking to see if you had somebody coming out or not. Thank you.
Yes, this is Buddy. I was wondering if you had any girls available this afternoon.
Hello, my name is Bill. Just calling to see if anybody's still available for the night.
Bill did it.
Oh, yeah, this is Jim. Just calling to see if Carrie was available tonight. I'm going to go get me a motel room now.
This man, by the name of Jim, had called 5 times the day of her disappearance. Each call made from a prepaid track phone device. The final call was made from Paige to Jim's track phone, implying that she had gotten back to him. Detectives were able to track down this device and determined that it was purchased on June 26th at a local Walmart. They promptly recovered the surveillance footage. By corroborating the time of the purchase using the store's purchase records, they confirmed that this was their guy. This is Jim. If you've been paying attention, this man may seem familiar. He was later identified as Lester Jones, the person being interrogated at the beginning of this video. He stands at 6'5", someone who might push a driver's seat far back to drive a vehicle.
I didn't touch her. I haven't seen her.
Les, don't even say that to me anymore. I don't even want to hear it.
Come on, Les. We got you.
Touch her.
You know.
I've not seen her.
You know where she... No, Les, I said I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. You know where she's located. And you know where she can be found. Just to let you know, your vehicle is going to be seized, and I'll be getting a warrant for it. Okay? And we will probably be seizing some other things and executing some other warrants, just so you know. Okay? All right. Do you have the keys for your truck, or would you just prefer that we do it without
I have the keys for it.
Because, bitch, we getting in that
It's just
motherfucker
easier for
regardless.
some guys to get it to move it from one place to another with key.
On that motherfucker regardless.
Okay. Would you like the ride back to your business? Okay. Michael,
That's funny as hell. That nigga drove there and they seized
Lester's
his
white Dodge pickup
I'd be
holds
mad as hell.
significance in Paige's case. Carol had told investigators a story where Paige was scheduled to meet with a familiar
You wanna
client
ride
in
back?
a white pickup truck after work one evening. Before she got the chance to leave her workplace, the white truck pulled into her office parking lot. It was possible the driver had spotted Paige. The truck turned around and then drove away. But she was terrified that this client had found out her true identity. This client didn't let up and even requested her again the night before her disappearance. Carrie was unavailable, but her friend Carol agreed to fill in for her and scope out this sketchy client. During the appointment, he seemed more focused on asking questions about Carrie than the massage itself. Carol claimed that this client was in fact Lester Jones. After looking at surveillance footage of her work, it turned out that the white vehicle circling the parking lot was not a truck at all, but a Chevy Impala.
I need to go back. Cause they went from her friend knew about it to, oh, she was standing in for her. Her friend was in that doing that shit too. How the fuck? If she ain't never did that before, how the fuck she pull up on folks in the motel? Oh, what the fuck out of here, bro? That friend was fucking.
For her disappearance, Carrie was unavailable,
She was
but her
trying to act
friend
like
Carol agreed to fill
Man,
in
Carol,
for her
you
and
was
scope
fucking.
out this sketchy client.
He was trying to act
During
like
the
Carrie would
appointment,
only want
he
fuck.
seemed
Carrie
more
and Carol
focused
was
on
fucking.
asking questions about Carrie than the massage itself. Carol claimed that this client was in fact Lester Jones. After looking at surveillance footage of her work, it
Carrie
turned out
freak.
that the white vehicle circling the parking lot was not a truck at all, but a Chevy Impala. However, Lester's wife, who was out of town at the time, owned a white Chevy Impala. Following Lester's first interview, police inspected Lester's workplace and discovered heaps of intriguing evidence. They found handwritten notes about their other escorts, detailing their bra sizes and what services they had offered. It seemed that Lester came prepared, hosting a stash of Viagra in his toolbox drawer and multiple wigs.
We got the
They also
50
found
packs?
packaging for a track
got
phone,
wigs
a
for?
Victoria's Secret bra matching Paige's cup size, and a
These niggas
weight
are freak,
scale
freak.
from her kitchen sales company, the Pampered Chef. Lester's boss even told investigators that a gas canister was out of place on Monday morning.
Why is everyone switching to fiber internet? It all starts with how fiber differs from old blood.
It sat only 500 meters away from Paige's burning Ford Focus.
Now, you may think, well, maybe he used the gas can. It's RV repair. Maybe they had a gas can. No. Police questioned the owners and co-workers, and there was no reason for him to have a gas can at his workspace. Do you have a gas can at your workspace? Because I don't.
Not only that, but when police dogs tracked Lester's scent, it led them to the driver's seat of the vehicle, strengthening their case even further. The detectives then brought Lester back in for another
I don't be trusting them
interrogation,
dogs,
in
though.
which
Them
he
niggas be
continued
off
to
drugs.
deny his involvement despite the mountain of evidence piled against him.
I never met Paige.
I know for a fact you went to a meeting.
That's not a good lie.
Set an appointment with that track phone.
No, sir.
Yes. Explain to me why the track phone is in your trash at your workspace.
I have no clue why it's in there.
How did that get there?
I don't know.
Make a good excuse.
How did
Don't just say you
get
don't
on
know.
video
Nigga,
at the
what?
very same time the track phone is being ordered?
I can't tell you that. I was in Walmart and I bought a monster.
About monster cable, even though the receipt comes back to a track phone.
I did not
Even
buy
though
a
the
track
clerk remembers you having that phone.
I did not buy a track phone.
Nigga, we see. We're watching you.
Receipts like, did you guys go for a ride?
Nigga, we're watching you on video.
No, did she put all this stuff out? How did stuff get up on my
I haven't been anywhere with this lady.
In this interrogation, Lester ended up admitting to knowing who Rob was, and investigators thought that they had struck gold. It would make sense for the two men to be working together. Rob
Wait.
had the motive, regaining custody of his children.
that's kinda like
Lester
Eminem.
had the means, scheduling an appointment with Paige through her secretive business that very few people knew about. However, after excessive digging, they were unable to find anything that linked Rob to Lester leading up to Paige's disappearance. As far as the detectives were concerned, there was no way to build a solid case against Rob, so they focused solely on
tacos
Lester
hidden.
as the
This
prime
last one.
suspect. 2 days following this
Last one
interview,
gonna do it
they
for
called him to let him know that his vehicles, which were both impounded from a search warrant, were now available for pickup.
Hello?
Yes, may I speak with Ralph, please?
Hold on, please.
Hello. This is Art Smith with the Sheriff's Office. Just calling to let you know that we have both your cars ready. Are you with Elaine right now? I'm sorry?
I don't think so.
Mr. Jones, I'm not following you.
You asked me where I would bury a body.
I'm sorry?
You asked me where I could bury a body.
Apparently, right before this phone call, Lester had become delirious after taking a high dose of sleeping medication. Tensions built to a high between law enforcement and Lester Jones, but they were missing one key piece of evidence that would justify his arrest: Paige Bergfeld's remains. While there have been plenty of cases in which a suspect is arrested before a body is found, Paige had lived a double life, lying to everybody around her. The defense could have easily proved reasonable doubt by suggesting that she ran away from her complicated life in Grand Junction, hoping to never be seen again. This could have led to a losing battle if prosecutors took Lester to court. The disappearance of Paige Bergfeld remained a mystery for nearly 5 years. Then, on October 6, 2012, hikers discovered human remains in a dried-up creek bed near Wells Gulch Spring, just a few miles from where the evidence trail was left on Highway 50. Dental records confirmed it was Paige Bergfeld. It was likely that her
I
killer...
was just talking about this shit today with my coworker. Where they be finding niggas years later. Like, bro, you don't want to catch a fucking body. Like, you genuinely don't want to catch a body. You catch a body that's not self-defense, folks, there's no rest. Nigga, they'll find that bitch 50 years later and still put your ass in jail. That shit crazy. No statute of limitation. They found her bones in the dried up. Like, he never thinking, like, yeah, the place I put this girl, the water finna dry up. Motherfuckers finna catch my ass. Like, that nigga was good for years. Global warming fucked him. Crazy work.
Buried her 5 years prior. And over the seasons, heavy spring runoff had uncovered what was left.
The remains found yesterday in Delta County by a hiker off Highway 50, 1 mile up Wells Gulch Road.
Investigators called this man, Lester Ralph Jones, a suspect then and still do today. There are reports he was a client of her escort service, but he was never charged.
How can one human being treat another human being so badly? I mean, what a bad person. What an evil person.
Finally, the case went from a missing persons case to a homicide, giving investigators the means to take Lester into custody.
So I'm pleased today to stand before you and announce that we have arrested Lester Jones in the kidnapping and murder of Paige Bergfeld.
Because this went cold for 5 years, the process to build a case took 2 more. His trial began another 2 years later, in September of 2016. Things were getting heated before the trial even started. Ron Beigler had a death wish for Lester and shared a little too much. The defense caught wind of a threatening comment Ron made about Lester. This concerned them, and it had to be addressed with the judge before they could proceed.
And indicated that he wanted Mr. Jones to be found not guilty so that he could kill him and feed him his genitals. I'll use a different word than that.
8 Sleep's brand new Pod 4 is truly incredible right out of the box.
Who said that?
Do you have any
It had the defense even started 2 years later, in September of 2016. Things were getting heated before the trial even started. Ron Beigler had a death wish for Lester and shared a little too much. The defense caught wind of a threatening comment Ron made about Lester. This concerned them, and it had to be addressed with the judge before they could proceed.
And indicated that he wanted Mr. Jones to be found not guilty so that he could kill him and feed him his genitals.
Fall on that real nigga shit. Free that man. Free that man so he could do his ass. Bro, who the fuck he been studying? Only real niggas be like, I wouldn't rush jail on my worst enemy. Free that man. Because they know what they gonna do to his ass. I only heard real niggas saying that. I never heard no white niggas stepping like that. So that's pretty cool. Cool guy. W. Ron. W. Ron.
Do you have any outbursts or you do anything in an attempt to harm anybody in the courtroom that will result in serious consequences?
I think it's over-exaggerated. Sarcasm may be taken out of context.
The prosecution presented a narrative to the jury. Lester Jones was obsessed with Paige Bergfeld, but the feelings were not reciprocated, and Paige tried to avoid him as a client moving forward. Lester would not stand for this, and so he bought a track phone and hid his identity under the guise of Jim to lure Paige back to him. From there, he likely subdued her, and using her vehicle, he drove her near Wells Gulch, where he claimed her life and buried her. Along the way, Paige was able to leave a breadcrumb trail by throwing her belongings out of the vehicle. To strengthen this narrative, in addition to all of the evidence that we have mentioned thus far, a new face was brought to the stand, Lester's ex-wife, Lisa Nance. She outlined their history. After a brief honeymoon stage, Lester began to show alarming behaviors.
Ugly.
He
His ass
constantly
looks scary.
monitored Lisa's every move. He even tapped her phone calls and planted secret recording devices to listen in on her conversations with friends. Lisa decided to end the relationship before the situation could escalate. But things only escalated from there. While Lisa was driving her new boyfriend to work in the morning, Lester drove up beside their car and veered them into a ditch. He then put his vehicle in reverse and rammed their car again, causing the airbags to deploy. Lisa's boyfriend took off running, but Lester shot at him with a handgun.
Oh,
the
shit.
bullets just grazed his head. Lester ended up running away, but cops tracked him down and arrested him. A few weeks
That
later,
nigga Lester
Lester had
stand
been
on
released
business.
and invaded her home while she was alone. However, he wasn't aggressive. She found him eerily sitting on her couch, quieter than usual. Putting her
I
de-escalation
just
skills
fucked my
to
little
use
pants up.
again, she suggested that they go out to dinner, to which he agreed. However, once behind the wheel, Lester drove them out of town toward the mountains. Once far enough into the drive, Lester said, "I'm going to kill you," and started slapping Lisa. Lisa convinced him to talk it out, and he said in order to prove her love, she had to make love to him. She convinced him again, this time to rent a motel room. After bringing them to one, he went inside to check in. That's when she got behind the wheel and sped off. She proceeded to report him to the police. A few days later,
Lester, you're a fucking goofy. I'm not. First of all, chill. Just chill. It's never that serious, gang. These is women, and women are great. Women are beautiful. Women are like amazing, top tier actually. But there's a lot of them. If this one don't like you, gang, yeah, well, go ahead, try to get another one. You know, I feel like if you don't try all of them, maybe spin back on the one that you really like and then go crazy. But you ain't even try all the rest of the bitches. I mean, women. There's a lot of women out there. He could have tried. And you're really a goofy, because how the fuck you decide you was finna kill her, right? I got what was in my teeth. You say, well, let's go eat. Take her ass to the country, say you finna kill her. How the fuck did she get you to talk it out? You should have been past that dumb man. He emotional as fuck. Like, something wrong up here. Something wrong up here. He not thinking logically. He's really, like, attached to shit up here. I wonder what's wrong with Buddy.
he was arrested once again. Lester was convicted of assault and kidnapping, and so
Don't name your fucking kid Lester either. I just feel like you're setting him up for failure. Who the fuck do you know named Lester that's had a successful anything?
served 3 years in prison. In theory, showcasing this pattern of dangerous behavior was an effective tactic. However, the prosecution's case had flaws. The defense claimed that the investigation was handled poorly, focusing on a hunch that they had on Lester from the beginning instead of putting more effort into other potential suspects. So, the defense brought
It'd
those
be like
potential
that.
suspects into the courtroom to do the questioning themselves. They also brought experts to the stand, saying that about a month had gone by before the dogs tracked Lester's scent around the evidence, and there was no way a scent could be tracked accurately that far into an investigation. If
After
this
a
was
fire
true,
and
the
shit,
prosecution's
too.
narrative
I
would
don't
be in
know if
shambles.
that's- I don't
The
even know
only
if that's
thing
true. They be lying.
directly
They be
proving
lying.
Lester was near any of Paige's belongings were the dogs tracking his scent to it. Nearly all of their forensic evidence would be discredited. It was time for jury deliberations, and after 3 days, they were deadlocked, unable to reach a unanimous decision. The judge had no choice but to declare a mistrial, and a retrial was booked for a few months later with a new jury.
A man accused of kidnapping and killing a Grand
Did he
Junction
get off?
mom who also ran an escort service. Well, he is set to go back on trial. Jury selection is now underway in the case of Lester Jones,
I wish they
who's
would have picked
accused
me.
in the death of Paige
Guilty, guilty,
Burwell.
guilty.
The only significant difference in the second trial was the prosecution's closing statement. They took the time to go through each of the defense's alternative suspects and explained why it was unlikely any of them were the culprit. Once again, the jury deliberated for 3 days, but this time they had reached a unanimous verdict.
Jury verdict, count number 1, charge of murder in the first degree, felony murder. We, the jury, find the defendant, Lester Ralph Jones, guilty of count 1, murder
Got
in
his
the
ass.
first degree, felony murder. That is signed by our foreperson.
Got him.
Jury verdict, count number 2, charge of murder in the second degree. We, the jury, find the defendant, Lester Ralph Jones, guilty of count 2, murder in the second
that
degree.
man up.
That is signed by our foreperson. Jury verdict, count number 3, charge of
Chain
second-degree
him.
kidnapping. We, the jury, find the defendant, Lester Ralph Jones, guilty of count 3, charge of second-degree kidnapping, and that is signed by the foreperson.
Lester Jones was convicted for kidnapping and the first-degree murder of Paige Bergfeld. He was
Crazy
sentenced
word.
to life without the possibility of parole. He remains in prison and continues to claim his conviction was unlawful, as he believes there was no physical evidence tying him to the crime.
Like, he's like right though. Like, they knew it was him, but they didn't really prove that it was him. That honestly, yeah, I would have been mad as fuck. Because they didn't really prove it was him. Like, bro, you said the dog, but the car got set on fire and y'all waited a month. Y'all telling me the dog was able to track my scent out of there? Get the fuck out of here. They be dick riding with them dogs and telling they ass to sit down. When they train their ass to sit down in good times when the motherfucker look like they guilty. But them dogs don't be doing shit. They be high as hell off coke. Biting the shit out of niggas, biting holes in motherfuckers. Lester though. Yeah, fuck. I wanna check on Lester. Write his ass a letter. Like, damn, folks, fuck is you doing? Freaky ass nigga. Why were you like that? I'm gonna start writing letters to these niggas after these videos. Like, nigga, why were you like that? Why were you like that? I almost want to watch one more. I know I'm finna hop on the game, but I don't know which game I'm finna play. I'm finna do RP ski or if I'm finna do NCAA. Throw that bitch in a hat. Let me see what I'm gonna.
Oh.
In June of 2018, 68-year-old Cindy Testerman was found unresponsive in her home by her son in what appeared to be an obvious homicide.
911, what's the address of the emergency?
My mother is dead. I just walked into her house. I haven't heard from her in 2 days, and I came over to check on her. She is lying on the floor in the kitchen. I believe she was either assaulted or murdered.
This nigga did it.
I didn't get close to her, but there is a gun on her kitchen table. Her door, it was unlocked when I came in, and her car is missing. She has a home security
Nigga, you're
system,
chatting.
On her
Fuck.
door, and the last thing that I saw on the home security system was a man getting into her car and driving it away.
Oh, fuck.
The police were unable to ID the man from the surveillance footage. However,
not
they
her.
knew that Cindy's car had been
I mean, that's not
stolen,
him.
so
It's
their
not
search for the vehicle began. They would start by asking Cindy's neighbors if they had seen or heard anything. One neighbor explained that a woman named Judy Slebzik lived across the street from Cindy, and she had not been seen by anyone in almost 3 months. The police would get
Judy
a
too?
warrant to search Judy's home, but they would come up empty-handed. They knew that Judy was a known drug addict, and she had a stepson named Ryan McGuire. From there, they searched through old police reports and found a mugshot belonging to Ryan, so they compared it with the surveillance footage. They knew
that's that
immediately
nigga.
that the man in the video footage was Ryan, so the
That's that
search
nigga.
began for the murder suspect. The police eventually found Cindy's stolen car, but unfortunately,
stolen
Ryan
car.
had sold the vehicle to an unsuspecting buyer,
I'm
so
not
that
gonna
was a
lie.
dead end.
I really don't like this nigga talking. He kind of pissing me off. He's kind of pissing me off. I'm watching.
They knew that Ryan was a drug addict, and that most likely he would remain in the area so he could continue to purchase the drugs he needed. Several days would pass, and Cindy's son would notice that his mother's purse was missing, so he checked her credit card statements, hoping they might help in the search. Sure enough, Ryan had been using the credit cards all over town, and according to the statements, he was living at a local motel. After checking to make sure that Ryan was still there, the police would block all exits out of his room and make the arrest. Ryan's hotel room was not only filled with drug paraphernalia, but he also had the IDs and credit cards of both Cindy and Judy. After his arrest, Ryan would be put into an interrogation room and be given McDonald's while he waited for the detective.
Hey, what's going on? Anything I can get a cigarette, man? Yeah, probably. I'll have to find one. It might take me a minute, but yeah, I don't think that's a problem. Are you good? Did we get the wrong thing? I'm good. I ate one. Oh, okay. Anything else? I just want a cigarette. You give me a cigarette right now, I'll tell you everything y'all need to know. Okay.
Damn.
And I can give you a phone call with my girlfriend. Yeah. Who do you think I can you know? Okay.
Why did you start talking so
I just
fast?
want a cigarette. You give me a cigarette right now, I'll tell you everything y'all need to know. Okay. And I can give you a phone call with my girlfriend.
I ain't even give you nothing. Who the fuck asked you about your girl? How you ass nigga?
You got a preference? I don't know. I don't give a fuck about anything. Really? Yeah. Cigarette. Yeah. All right, man.
This is not Ryan's first arrest. In fact, he has an extensive criminal history. The detective expected to have a difficult time interviewing Ryan because he was a seasoned criminal. When he hears that Ryan plans on confessing to everything for a single cigarette, he leaves the room to go find one.
He finna get in here and lie to y'all people. Try to tell y'all he ain't do that shit. Knowing he did that shit. Let's see what story this nigga
last name? What? I'm going McGuire, right? Yeah. Ryan Michael? Yeah. How old are you? 32. 32. And your date of birth is? 485. 485. Where are you living? Nowhere. Homeless. Say homeless? Yeah. Okay. What was your last address? I don't have one. No. The last place you were laying your head? Motel. Okay. Okay. What's a good phone number for you? It doesn't matter. I'm not probably gonna be out. You know, I'm ground one. I mean, I don't know all the deal with your wants and stuff.
Nigga say what's phone number? Nigga, I'm going to jail anyway.
Okay.
Y'all find me.
How did you get in school? I graduated. Okay. Any college at all? No. Alright, you can read and write English? Yep. Cool. So, you've been locked up before? Yeah.
Alright, so when I read
you write them all. No, today? No, that's what I'm about to do. You don't gotta do all that. It's good. Just let me sign paper so I get the fuck out of here. Alright, well, I gotta at least.
When I read you your rights, my nigga.
I'll make it quick.
Trying to make sure your ass understand.
What's been going on with you? What can you tell me? Well, you said you tell me everything, right? What's this for? We got your 3 warrants, right? Huh? You said you got 3 warrants? I got a couple of warrants about BOP and FTA. Okay. What was all that about? I'm drugs. And you use drugs? Yeah. Are you under the influence of anything right now? No. Okay. I have nothing today.
Okay. Shit, I could tell. He loves weird.
Well, you said you've been staying at the motel there? Yeah, I stayed there for a couple of days. Okay. What about before that? I've been staying with that lady. Who's that? The used car I had. Judy? Yeah. Okay. What's your relationship to her? She's like my stepmom or something like that. Okay. She lets you use the car and everything? Yeah. Alright, nice lady.
Hell yeah.
Where's she at these days? Yeah, listen. I need a cigarette. I'm not saying nothing else. I'll get a cigarette. Okay. I'm gonna tell you everything you need to know. She's gone too. She's dead too. Just to let you know she's dead too. You're gonna charge me that one too. So I'll tell you where she's at soon as I get a cigarette.
This nigga. Fuck. Nigga, Nigga told on himself already. He said, yeah, fo, I killed her ass too. Give me the square. I'm finna let y'all niggas know. No, he not even finna bullshit they ass. He finna tell them the truth. That's brazy work. I wasn't expecting this out of this nigga. I respect it. Fuck it. He like, shit, I'm caught. Fuck, I'm finna sit there and lie.
Yeah, listen. I need a cigarette. I'm not saying nothing else. Tell you a cigarette. Okay. I'm gonna tell you everything you need to know. She's gone too. She's dead too. Just to let you know, she's dead too. You're gonna charge me with that one too. So I'll tell you where she's at soon as I get a cigarette. All right, man. Let's see.
I don't think I ever seen a nigga move like
I'm here
that.
for the one across the street. What's that? I'm here for what? Across the street. Yeah, man. I'm not gonna beat around the bush with you. That's what it is, okay?
That's crazy. This nigga just told. This nigga just told on himself. Shit, he gone. He done. He done for. Fuck is this video so long for? I guess this is a short interrogation video. Them bitches be 45 to an hour. 20 minutes, yeah, because this nigga done told.
Man, I'll tell you where Judy and everything is at, so you can charge me with that one too. So, all right, bro.
Damn, this nigga's a demon.
Once again, Ryan agrees to tell the detective everything for a cigarette, but this time he gives away even more information.
More
about
shit
what
they
happened
didn't
to
ask
Judy.
him for.
The detective leaves to get Ryan his cigarette because there is a chance that Judy is still alive, and if not, at least they can find her body for her family.
All you gotta do is
Oh, you've never used samples like this before. This is Arcade, the ultimate sample plugin. You can play.
What the fuck is that? It's they don't like people smoking in here. So allegedly suck up the smoke. I don't know how good it works, but give it a shot. You see a plug over here? It's right here.
This nigga want his square. Nigga, why you acting like you know these squares in jail? Telling myself, nigga, I need some moon rock. Nah, man.
He's going around. Okay.
I just been telling myself square.
Alright, can you explain it to me? Yeah. She got high. She was getting high, so she asked me to shoot her up. I shot up with GOD. So I had a warrant. I wasn't going to call the police.
Unfortunately, the fan ruins the audio during the first several minutes of Ryan's confession. Ryan claimed that he had been getting high with Judy when she overdosed from the drugs she was taking. After she stopped breathing, Ryan put the body into a large wooden chest in her bedroom where it stayed for 3 months. During this time, he used her car and credit cards to purchase whatever he needed. To explain her disappearance, he told Judy's neighbors that she had gone to rehab and wouldn't be back for some time. On the day Ryan took Cindy's life, Cindy was asking Ryan about Judy, telling him that she didn't believe Judy was in rehab and she was going to call the police. Ryan didn't like this because he knew he was going to get into trouble for not reporting the death and then hiding the body. Plus, he already had several.
So the nigga go in there and tell on himself right away. Wow. Like, nigga, you was so scared. Fuck was you so scared for if you told, like, you didn't even put up no fight, nigga. You was going in that bitch anyways. You was more. You could have let her call the cops, nigga. Yo, fuck was the point of that?
Warrants. To prevent the police from being called, Ryan took Cindy's life in her own home. The interrogation picks back up after the detective shuts off the fan. Ryan is talking about how he was arrested at the motel.
Yo, wasn't. I just wasn't going to hit that hotel room. Yo, were they going to hit that hotel room if I never came out there? It's hard to say, honestly. Cause I never got that car. Y'all never got me today. You think?
That nigga is too.
I don't know if y'all knew who I was. Walk out that hotel room, they probably would have got me. Mm-hmm. So, just to make sure I'm following you, okay? You're using dope. Yeah. And crack. Pretty much anything. Okay. When this situation happened with your son, you couldn't get your son back? Months ago. Okay. Did that kind of set you off a little bit or something, and that's why you've been kind of...
No, nigga, you been like this. Yo ass a junkie.
You said you robbed the liquor store too.
Yo ass be off that shit, good.
Said you got caught in that one, or... I never even stole nothing in that one. Okay. My next door neighbor. I didn't even steal nothing. Okay. I was just high. I just walked in that bitch. Right. And when you went to Judy,
why is he talking about it?
Was that just because she called me out the blue, helping her get off the drugs? Oh. And I said, damn, I could just stay here, get rid of her, and just keep using our money every month.
Yeah.
That's what I've been doing.
I mean, it seemed like it would have worked for a while, except
Cindy.
Yeah. And she called the house phone over there, wanted to ask about.
Yeah, to ask me questions.
About Judy.
Yeah.
Was she a friend of Judy?
I don't know. Nobody really messed with her. Like, they were just, I told her that she was in rehab, that she was like on a blackout for 45 days. And
how long were you staying with Judy before that happened?
What, before Judy?
Yeah.
Like a couple months.
Okay. And things were good with her?
Yeah.
But, like you said, you were thinking if you can work your way into staying there without her, that's the move.
Right.
Okay. So, when
Nah, you fucked yourself up.
You said?
She sniffed it and she went out. She already. Then I shot her up to make sure that she was gone.
Wait, what?
Okay. So, she was snorting?
She was doing whatever. Snorting, shooting, snorting, and smoking crack.
So what did she do when that happened? She sniffed, and then she was out of it?
Yeah, she went out. She fell out. She already.
So then he shot her ass with the dope. Like, yeah, let me like.
Yeah, she sniffed the dope and went out once.
And then you shot her up.
Yeah.
I gotcha. And then.
This nigga's devious.
That's when you put her in the box?
Yeah, I left her in the bed for a couple days.
Okay. And you put her in the box and put a blanket over it or something?
Yeah.
Okay.
Phone them gotta be fried. Why is he talking about this shit so happy?
When did people start asking what was up with her?
When they didn't see her for a couple days.
Okay. You just said she's a rehab.
Yeah.
But nigga, you're a junkie.
You wouldn't let go.
Yeah.
Okay. So when you're over there with Cindy, you got smoke. Did she start right away with the questions?
Oh, Cindy was getting high too?
She was asking questions since I came over there.
Mm-hmm. Now, when you take the call from her, did you...
I already knew I was going, if she has anything, I already knew. I was going to get rid of her.
Yeah.
Hey, I was in that motherfucker getting fried.
Didn't want to take a chance of getting caught up?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you catch two.
So you go over there.
I drove past her just the other day and there was cops down there. I'm shocked they didn't see me.
Mm-hmm. Where were you driving?
Cindy's car.
Really? Okay. Where's that?
I gave it to somebody.
Really? Where?
In the city.
So it's floating around somewhere?
Yeah.
Who'd you give it to?
One of my homeboys I deal drugs with.
Okay. You just got a nickname or something? You got his real name? I'd like to get the car back to her family.
Boy, they ain't worried about that fucking car.
I tell them put it somewhere else. I'm not trying to get him in trouble.
I gotcha.
As far as cases go, this one has almost everything a detective could ever want. Plenty of evidence.
No, like that nigga just told us he didn't have to do no work.
The one thing they don't have is the murder weapon.
So,
at U.S. Bank, we think the best relationship should feel easy.
Easiest day at
From
work
dating
ever.
to getting more serious. And you know what else should feel easy? Setting up direct deposit to your new account. Obviously. Long-term happiness for all.
You used 2 knives when you were dealing with Cindy. One that was on your belt. And a different one. Where'd the other one come from?
I bought them, like from the gas station and shit.
Okay, so they were both knives that you had on you?
Yeah.
What did that one look like? The one you said is not around anymore?
It's like a regular knife.
Yeah, like a folding knife?
Yeah.
What color?
It's like black with camouflage.
Okay. And where do you think you tossed that?
And you ain't gonna find it.
Okay. So
it's probably somewhere in the fucking dump somewhere now.
Okay. You know that you put it somewhere specific that's taken to the dump?
I threw it in the trash can.
Where?
The gas station.
Which one?
On Urban Avenue.
Okay.
Across the BP.
BP?
BP right there across the street from.
This nigga is telling it all himself. This is crazy work.
The other day. So that's why I stopped there every day and shoot up.
Okay.
Every day?
You remember what time that was?
No.
Which was it when you say the other day that you tossed the knife?
When did I do that shit? Friday?
The murder?
Yeah, Friday.
Was Saturday.
This nigga say, that nigga in the cops say when I do that shit like Friday, like they talk about some normal shit, nigga. He say what, the murder? He say yeah, no, nigga, that was Saturday. Crazy work. This nigga was to him.
So then
he acting like it's not an issue.
You get rid of the knife.
I think it was Friday. You sure it was Saturday?
Yeah.
Nigga was so fucking fried, he don't even know the days. He say shit.
So the same day or the next day?
The next day.
Okay.
Cause I stayed at Judy's house that night. The next day.
Okay.
Cause I stayed at Judy's house that night. Saturday night. Okay. I parked the car around the corner and I walked to Judy's house.
Nigga killed somebody and was still standing across the street.
How about your clothes?
What?
The clothes you were wearing.
So what?
I ain't no blood on me at all.
No? Okay. Did you take that stuff with you to the motel?
I had a pair of shoes, I threw them away.
Where was that?
I don't even know.
Ryan has confessed to taking Cindy's life, but his story about how Judy ODs could go either way. The detective needs more information about how Judy died before charging him with murder.
He said he stuck her
They
up.
need
so
to
either
show
way,
that Ryan did in fact intentionally overdose
trying
Judy.
to overdose her.
Did Ryan provide the drugs? Did he use the paraphernalia on her? Did he do so knowing that she already had a large amount of the drugs in her system? And let's not forget that he hid Judy's body for 3 months, lived in her home, and stole all of her money. There is a good chance that if Ryan had just called the police after Judy OD'd,
he would have been okay.
He would not be facing 2 murder charges.
2 murder charges. He went from 0 murder charges to 2 murder charges.
Yeah, that at some point you get rid of her and just stay there yourself.
Yeah.
Cause that's what I'm thinking. The first one don't make sense. Cause nigga, if she would have OD'd, you had a warrant, but she would have been cool.
Goes out.
Warrant,
Then she came back.
Yeah, the next day.
Body.
Okay. So you thought she was dead already?
Yeah.
And she wanted some.
I left and I came back to her house and she was awake.
No kidding. And she's asking for more.
Yeah.
Okay. So did you just have some? Or she
I had some because I took $500 out of her shit.
So how much do you think she got? I mean, when you injected her?
Just a pill.
Just a pill. But you pretty confident that was gonna finish things off?
Yeah, she was a little.
Yeah. All right.
That dope was good.
Yeah.
I wish I had some now.
Yeah.
Something wrong with this nigga.
Okay. Anything else I need to know about? Any other
bodies, nigga? Any crimes anywhere?
Okay.
Nigga, you got it. That's the most detailed fucking.
You said her car is someone got in the city somewhere.
Yeah.
And you don't want to tell me who?
I get it. You give my phone and I get the number out there and call this motherfucker for you.
Okay.
As if they're not gonna be able to trace that shit too.
Unless he got pulled over in that motherfucker already.
Yeah. Could be. All right. Any other cars I need to know about?
No.
Any steel cars and stuff like that? Yeah. Okay. All right. I'll be right with you.
I can't give me no soda and some cookies.
Yeah.
No, I can't make it. I was like really calling girlfriend. That's what I was
I don't have a problem with that. It's just that involves a little bit more because I gotta get you a phone and and I don't know what she do.
I'm not even trying to get involved for real.
I got you. Yeah, you just want to talk to her.
Yeah.
Okay. Is it her cell phone?
Yeah.
Okay. Yep. Give me a look.
Ryan would receive 2 murder charges and would plead guilty to his crimes. At his sentencing, his public defender argued that Ryan should receive a lighter sentence because of his unstable childhood and drug addiction. Prosecution would argue that drug addiction is no excuse for what he did, and that Ryan is a danger to society. In the end, Ryan would receive 2 consecutive life sentences. This
They
was
say,
his
nigga, you could
punishment.
die and come back to life, nigga. You going back in that bitch. You can reanimate, my nigga. You're still coming back. 2 life sentences is crazy. 2? I think 1 would have been cool. 1 would have did him just good enough. Yeah, that nigga, like, just like bad decision making. Like, what the fuck is? I feel like if he just made a couple better decisions, he would have been out by now. But hey, folks ass told it all. His ass told it all. He said, "Give me that square. I'm finna open up." I'm finna hop on the I'm finna either switch to the RP League or NCAA. Come fuck with